Well, for me, this is a momentous time. I'm about to get my first emerald, and as you can see, I have a choice of breeding Desi or KERBOS. And before I get to that, I wanted to mention it's also a precarious situation because I transferred out of my old team in Gold 2 into Diamond 2, which is quite a jump. They seem to be very fine people here. It's not to say my old team was bad, but I am going to need to be getting more eggs and the dragons are getting to be more expensive. But what I was going to say was I'm in a situation where I was labeled as ineligible because I transferred after the beginning of the event. And I had written to the technical support people about the situation, and they answered me that because people were switching leagues at the last second for better team prizes, that they decided to put a stop to this because of an outcry from the community. I don't know how much of an outcry there was. I never certainly heard one. But be that as it may, when I asked them if I can go back to my old team and at least get my individual prize tree, they never even answered that and told me not to worry, that I can do well in the next event. Well, that's, sorry for lack of a better word, bullshit, because the next event is the next event. It's not breeding. And you can't make up for the points you lost in this event, not to mention the fact that it offsets you for about a month. And, you know, that is not a pleasant situation because I needed to breed an emerald to lift my caps and be stronger as an autonomous player and for the sake of my team to whom I can give better support. I won't even touch on the fact that now I'm amongst people in Diamond League, and yeah, having emerald dragons, while not required always, is quite often more expected than not. I mean, you have people who have a lot of obsidians. So we will be making a video, the straight scoop, on why tech support is generally useless, not just on this but many other issues. Not cursing, not just blindly criticizing, constructive assessments and criticism of why for the most part they cannot, and for generally, if this keeps up, will not help you with issues of this sort. But enough of that. Let's take a look. I have a choice of doing Desi or KERBOS. And if I was to take a look at Desi, and to go to the crossbreeding, it would give me Aquilius, Asteros, and Avalanche. But if you'll notice along the way, I'm only going to get one garnet egg, which is a bag breeding. Well, in this case, I don't need to bag breed it, I already have Avalanche. It'll give me one egg for that, and one egg of 700 fragments for the humming dragon, the hummingbird, okay, Desi. Now, if I go to choose KERBOS, it's going to be an easier breeding in the sense that, not an easier breeding, the breeding is identical, but I already have more than half of one garnet egg. So I'm choosing to combine Aquilius Asteros with Zaru because I'm more than halfway to a garnet egg, and I have 2 and a half eggs basically left over for having bred Aquilius and Asteros. And I do need 4 garnet eggs to upgrade my builder hut so that I can finally take my fire and ice turrets and flak cannons beyond level 45. So this is definitely something for you to consider in choosing these dragons. There's also a variation on the breedings that'll come out of them, but assuming you went the Aquilius and Asteros path, you will have a choice of whom to breed first, Desi or KERBOS. I'm choosing KERBOS for reasons stated, and of course I need to lift the caps off my dragon. So basically, let's begin the breeding. Okay, let's auto breed. There she goes, just saying in the background. So for 400 eggs, I got 2 fragments. Seems to be pretty consistent. I'm also going to, since I'm in Diamond 2 now, be covering Atlas. So for those of you who are already there, you know, maybe or just wondering about it, yes, we have an access to a whole new world of information right now. So this is an important video, not only for crossing out of Garnet into Emerald, but for the information now that we can start presenting about Atlas, being that I'm in a Diamond level team.
So you read through the tutorial, right? What do you think of it so far?
Well, you have to basically plan out what you're doing. I think probably one of the best ways to learn something is by actually doing it, but it's going to be a costly enterprise. You have to start depositing gold in the team bank and things like that. Plan out your attacks, and one of the things they were saying is they're letting people in there gradually, and that some folks have worries that by the time they're let into Atlas, all the land will be taken up but according to the tutorial, that there will always be more land available. Of course, some geographies will be more desirable than others. What they're basing that on offhand, whether it's resources or proximity, I doubt it's climate. It's not that realistic.
Well,
I can't tell. Is it climate? Okay.
Well, part of it is because they were going to be tying. So if you are in a desert climate, you'll be getting things that are more related to desert items.
Okay.
If you're in a ice climate, you're going to be getting things more related to ice.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't see that part of the tutorial. Maybe I missed it.
No, that I learned at the Atlas party.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, okay. Well, spoke to someone I didn't, or maybe I didn't hear it. There was a lot of music in the background. I don't know if you saw those videos. But yeah, you're going to have items on your land related to the climate. But that should be for a separate video. Yeah. Right now here I'm just doing the breeding. So let's see how that's going so far. Guys, this has been an interesting breeding because we actually made 2 videos in the middle of it, and one of them was a builder hut dilemma, which was talking about getting extra garnet eggs, and as you can see here in the breeding, and I'm 463 out of 700 into KERBOS, and I still have 38.3 thousand eggs left over. But a lot of the fragments went into a mythic garnet egg, which counts the same as a legendary, towards your builder hut, and I need to lift the cap on that if I'm to take my fire ice turrets beyond level 45. And as I said in the builder hut dilemma video, that there seems to be some correlation between the level of your divines and the level of the offensive structures you can make, although some people have badly overpowered bases, but that's a separate matter. Anyway, what Ghost and I were debating about was whether I should throw my fragments into, the rest of my fragments into KERBOS, and basically leave the eggs as is, because when you go on to breeding with Avalanche, you get an overlap. Do you notice you get an overlap of the mythic egg, but the legendary egg is for Apocalypse himself. Avalanche himself, whom I don't really need. By the way, he was a very mediocre warrior. He's an interesting looking dragon, but his spell combinations are pretty bad. Anyway, what I'm saying is, I'm going to basically throw fragments now into KERBOS, and I'm going to have close to 40,000 eggs left over, and some fragments still, because I have like 290 something and I have 463. So it's going to take a total of 237. So I'll still have like 60 some odd fragments left over, and I will get, more eggs and fragments in the next month, and I will out of the prize branch, individual prize branch, which by the way I can access, even though I won't get the team prize. So basically, let's start. Anyway guys, I'm here in the incubator, and I'm putting in the emerald egg for the Monarch Dragon. And it says building can't create sufficient heat. Upgrade building to level 10 to incubate egg. How about that? Let's see. So I should upgrade my incubator to move advanced eggs. Well, that's not a problem. I can upgrade it. And 18 days of speed ups they're gonna take from me, the bastards. How about that? Isn't that nice? Okay. That's something to keep in mind, by the way, when you're gonna be hatching your emerald egg. Your, incubator of level 10. So incubated eggs. Now I can, well, you're gonna have to upgrade yours maybe if it's not it. Oh, okay, so yours is actually over level. Ghost's incubator is level 11. Maybe I should have done that during the breeding, during the court frenzy. My mistake. Aha, 33 days. How about that? So 19 and 33. 42 days, guys. 42 days if you need to upgrade your incubator as well. 33 days for your first emerald. They rob you blind and poke your eyes out. Yes, they do. KERBOS, Monarch Dragon. Uproot, Chain Lightning, Wind Wall, and Trebuchet Resist. Let's take a look.